Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And Record Store Day was a couple days ago. So I'm going to be showing kind of my finds from Record Store Day. I went to a couple record stores around my area, and as of physical RSD releases, wasn't anything that jumped out to me. I was planning on getting the Ringo release and the Paul McCartney release as they come out, I think, on the next drop. So I plan on getting those. So other than not finding any record store day releases that were interested in me, I found a lot of good kind of classic albums, I would say. We got a couple Beatles albums to show, but the other ones are kind of classic rock in general. So I'm kind of happy to pick those up in my collection. And I'm gonna kind of show these by where I bought them. So from this first record store, I got two albums here. One of them being the Beatles related item. We got John Lennon, Rock and Roll Music from 1975 on the Apple label. There's the back. I've seen this album around a good bit, but they always seem to be a little bit pricey. So I decided to pick it up today for it was a pretty good price. The jacket a little bit beat up, as you've seen. It has some ring wear, but the record itself looked pretty nice, so decided to pick it up. Happy to add to the John Lennon discography. And next up we have Led Zeppelin's first album, and this is a 1977 reissue. As for other bands other than the Beatles, I'm not really too worried about it being a first pressing. As long as I have the music more or less, I'm happy to pick up the album for the songs on it. Again, it was a pretty decent price. I've seen this used original pressings or even maybe some reissues like that for like probably double the price where I bought it for. So I'm happy for the prices I got those two at. Alrighty. So that record store actually didn't have any record store day releases, but they put on like kind of like a mini record show. So they had sellers and other vendors out in the back. So that was pretty cool. I'll show what I got from the other vendor in a little bit. But the other record store that I went to that had record store day releases had a 25% off deal for used records. So I got three from there, and we're going to start off with John Cougar Mellencamp's Scarecrow. This was actually a recommended album from me from one of my friends, and this is like really, really nice shape, and they only wanted like $5 for it. So I think I just thought it was the time to buy it, and the record again is like really, really clean, and I heard this is kind of just a pretty good record overall for sure. And let's see, this came out in 1985 on the Rivia label. So, happy to find that one for a very good price. Alright, next up we got Blondie, Parallel Lines. And this version has the, let's see, the 3-minute 54-minute version of Heart of Glass. I think there's a disco version on other copies, but this came out in 1978. Again, pretty good shape. Comes with the inner sleeve on the Chrysalis label. And again, just kind of another classic album to have in the collection for, again, a very good price. Off to the next one, we have CCR's Cosmos Factory. This came out in 1970. Nice to have the inner sleeve with it as well. The record cover, again, has some pretty good ring wear, but the actual record itself is like really, really nice. I mean, the label is just perfect, and the record itself is maybe like one surface scratch, maybe. Really nice. and they only wanted $4 for it, which was kind of crazy, I think. So like for those 3 records I got from that record store, I think it came out to like $13, which is kind of crazy. Usually you don't see that anymore for any used records nowadays, it seems like, for any record store. But to get 3 records for $13 for kind of some classic albums, I was very pleased with that. So, off to the last chunk of records I have here. Again, this was part of the mini record show outside the record store where I first showed you. And the guy was really nice. He helped me out a lot in terms of prices and everything. I think I ended up getting 9 records from him. And he gave me 2 records. And one of them is a Beatles album. And I was pretty excited to have. So, I'm going to start off with Jolly What, the Beatles, and Frank Ifield in mono. So he gave me this album. He saw me looking at it, and for whatever reason, he thought this was a counterfeit. And now, from what I've researched and looked on Discogs for pressings and everything, I can't see any indication of why this would be a counterfeit. The only thing that makes me worry a little bit is that the record's in really nice shape. That's all I could really think of making this a counterfeit. So if you know anything about counterfeit for this particular album, I know there's a lot of reissues for the portrait cover and all that, but I checked the matrices off from Discogs and they match. Again, the only thing that's I would think that this would be a counterfeit is that it's just in really nice shape, but the cover looks pretty genuine in terms of it has some age. I don't know if the cover is real, but the record could be a reproduction, so that could be the case. But anyway, I didn't have this record in my collection. I've seen it a couple times, and I kind of kicked myself for not picking it up at a record show one time for like $10. But anyway, I got this for free, so I'm not going to complain about that. So yeah, if anyone knows some more information about that in terms of counterfeits, please let me know. Okay, so that was the only Beatles-related item I got from this seller. Next up, we have Animals by Pink Floyd. I've seen this record, again, priced pretty heavily in like record shows and in record stores, so I've always kind of passed up on it, but today was just the day to finally get it. It's in pretty average shape, I would say, in terms of the cover. Comes with the inner sleeve. And the record itself is not bad. Here's the label. From 1977. There's Pink Floyd's Animals. Let's see if I can get this back in the sleeve. There we go. Alright, next up, we have Face the Music by ELO. This is a 1978 release. I believe this originally came out in 1975. This has some kind of classic songs on here. Has Evil Woman, Strange Magic, and the interesting Fire on High, which I've grown to appreciate and like. So that's always an interesting listen, nonetheless. But it comes on this United Artists Sun label here. The record looks in really nice shape as well. So finally, well, I'm happy to pick that one up along with that. And then I was kind of noticing like all these albums I was getting, you could probably connect to the Beatles in some way or another. So we got Jeff Lynne for Traveling Wilburys, and then next up we have Peter and Gordon. This is Lady Godiva, and they do some Beatles covers. Let's see, well, they do A Taste of Honey, and they do If I Fell, and then Till There Was You. From what I've heard, this is not their strongest album. This came out in 1967, and this is a Jacksonville press on the Capitol label. I'll also mention about the seller that I got these from. For the ones that you just saw, he like had them sleeved and cleaned, and then he had another section on his table that was $5 or less. So all these now I'm going to show you I got for $5 and less, and then he also like knocked off the price like another $4 after I checked out. So very kind of him for that. So this was no more than $5. Cover's in nice shape. I'm surprised it doesn't have a whole lot of ring wear, being a black cover. But yeah, I got a couple other Peter and Gordon albums at home, so I thought it was nice to pick that one up. Okay, next up we got Days of Future Past by the Moody Blues. You can kind of connect them. I know this album didn't come out with Denny Lane in the band already, but that's kind of the Beatles connection there, I guess. But this is a 1971 reissue. I know the original came out in 1967. But again, just happy to have the album. Not too worried about pressings for other than Beatles one. Come on the Dream label there, or the Durham label, excuse me. Record in pretty okay shape. Now this one was not Beatles related at all. This is actually my first jazz purchase. I got it for $2. And this is the Dave Brubeck Quartet. And the only reason why I bought it is because it was $2. And I knew of this album. I've seen people show it on their YouTube channels. And I saw that it was a 6i Columbia label. So I knew it was kind of an earlier pressing. The original pressings came out in 1959, but this one is a 1961 release. This is also in stereo, so I decided, you know what, let's give it a try. If I listen to it and like it, I'll keep it, good deal. If I listen to it and I just absolutely don't like jazz, I got it for $2, and I can try to resell it or something, because I know it has some value there. Let's see. Again, not necessarily a Beatles related release. This one, I got pretty much thrown in for free, I believe. This is a Iron Maiden. This has a Number of the Beast and Remember Tomorrow, I believe, the live recording. Unfortunately, this did come with a sleeve. This is a 12-inch single, and it didn't come with a sleeve. But again, I kind of got it for free, so we'll see what I do with this in the future. Okay. So another Beatles connection here. We got Eric Clapton with Blind Faith. Cover's pretty beat up, as you can see, but it was in the 5 and under category, so can't be too mad about it. 1969 release here on the Atco label. Again, I've been kind of enjoying all these classic albums that I picked up. Alright, and now we're on to the last one. And we have the Byrds, Mr. Tambourine Man. He ended up giving this one for free because the record was kind of beat up. Just a lot of surface noise, he said, and a lot of scratches. But I'll try to clean it up. Hopefully it plays pretty nice. So yeah, even though Record Store Day, I didn't get any official Record Store Day releases, I did get a whole lot of good classic albums for good prices. I think I ended up getting about 13 or 14 albums in total for a pretty good deal. So I had a pretty fun Record Store Day, and I'll look forward to the next drop. I don't even know where it is, but hopefully get the Ringo one. Hopefully that's not going to be delayed anymore, and then the Paul McCartney, hopefully that comes out. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you got for Record Store Day, and if anyone has any more information about the Beatles and Frank Ifield album in terms of if it's a counterfeit or real, be much appreciated. Thanks.